Machnik Financial Services. How are you?
Good morning.
Comforts me.
I'm just glad I got the message on
blue?
on the uniforms today.
Right?
You know, the blue quarters, talk to me about that. That has become
It's
kind
the
of
staple.
the
Staple.
man
It's,
uniform.
you have to have it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to.
Okay. Yeah.
Very
Good
good.
job, you guys.
Thank you
Way to
very
go.
much.
I've got a little flavor of blue too.
A blue dress is like a blue quarters.
Yeah,
right?
well,
It's true.
that's
You have to have
fantastic.
it. Yeah.
So, are you getting phone calls like, the sky is falling?
Well, if you watch the news, you would be under the impression that the sky is falling,
Would you
right?
not
That the
just-
world is collapsing.
Yes.
But
The news is goofy.
we, 24-hour news cycle is not good for long-term investments and
Right.
long-term goals. So,
Shut it off.
we try to do a ton of financial planning with our clients to keep that long-range focus clearly in the windshield. But it's not always easy, right? You get inundated with all this news, and things are crashing, and the economy is it's going away, and
What should we pay attention to? What? Obviously, our own finances, but things can get clouded, like you said. And all of a sudden, I don't know about you, Jennifer, but I have a lot of tariff experts that I know all of a sudden. So,
everybody knows
there's a lot of
everything.
misinformation out there is my point.
The interesting thing is, I think, what have we had, about 40 business hours since the tariffs were announced? I mean, everybody needs to just relax. We don't really know what's going on behind the scenes. We know what the potential impact, both economically and in the markets, are going to be. That much is, you can pretty much predict that. But we don't really know the extent of which these are going to be around for a long time. It's hard to say. What I do know is that there's things going on that we are not privy to.
For sure. Yeah.
So what I can answer you, Andy, about what should you pay attention to, keep your long range goals in focus.
Okay.
If you do, this is one of the best buying opportunities we've had since COVID year.
I was just going to say, yeah.
So we've had a significant reduction in equity market pricing over the last 2 sessions, and it'll be 3 after today.
Wow.
It is a good buying opportunity.
Nice.
So we are significantly oversold at this point. A lot of the data indications suggest that a move to the upside is in the works at some point.
Nice. So, if somebody is following a stock or gets a tip, while they're having cod at the country club or something, can they call you and say, hey, buy this, buy American Steel?
They can, yeah, and that's
And what are you gonna say to them?
It's certainly a service that
Andrew,
we can offer.
that's what he says.
What we check is to make sure that a single equity purchase is in line with your overall asset allocation. It doesn't screw up your tolerance for risk, as we've built your portfolio and designed it for a specific reason. It does that fit within the constraints of your financial plan. The plan, your financial plan, the long-term financial plan helps inform your investment decisions. So knee-jerk headline stuff, fortunately, I have had clients call me and say, hey, I have cash sitting in the bank. What do you think? And I'll say, yeah, bring it in. Let's go.
Yeah.
So,
Does someone need to have a lot of money to come see you and your team, Dan?
So no, the answer to that question is no, Andy, because we start with a financial plan for everybody. And that doesn't necessarily involve managing investment assets. So the idea is that, the plan helps inform your investment decisions. It doesn't necessarily have to be investments under our scope of care.
Sure.
It does help because, again, the plan helps us make decisions.
Sure.
So
Planning for college, all of us up at this table have teens.
it's
Good
getting
Lord.
closer, isn't it? Oh my gosh.
Katie says to me this morning, hey, Mom, is Hope College very expensive?
Yes, it is, Katie.
It
Well,
doesn't
yes.
matter what college it
Yes, it
is,
is.
Katie. It's expensive.
So college is ridiculously expensive,
it is.
and it's
Getting a lot cheaper, though. I'm kidding.
I was gonna say, which college was that?
God.
Good Lord! All right, so is it too late to start saving?
So there are mechanisms that you can have in place right now
Okay.
to help you fund your kids' college, even if you haven't really gotten started yet. Is it going to be a challenge? No question.
Is it
your
just like
biggest
anything,
ally
the
is.
earlier you start.
Did you
with
not
it?
start the day after she was born?
I did. Ask Dan.
Okay.
Yeah, he did. I'm
I
proud of
did.
him. Your biggest allies are time and discipline.
Yeah.
So if you're disciplined enough to put some money, and again, the plan helps inform your investment decisions.
Right.
So if you have a plan, you got to get to retirement, but in between now and retirement, there's this hurdle called getting the teens in to and through college. you know you're going to have to take that on.
Yeah.
So what are the best ways that we can do that? So
I love that.
It's amazing.
yeah.
My good friend Warren Buffett told me over the weekend.
Oh, I talked to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he said something
He
so
said
smart.
hi.
He said one time there was a market, I don't know if it was a correction or a crash or how you would
Sure.
refer to it, but his value lost $10 million. And a reporter said, Warren, you lost $10 million today. What are you going to do? And he goes, no, I didn't. I didn't sell.
I didn't sell anything.
Right.
And then a couple years later, that 10 million is now worth 30 billion. They're like, holy smokes, your stock is now worth 30 million. You just made $30 million. He said, no, I didn't, because I didn't sell.
Yeah.
And it's so interesting to me, that philosophy. I've never heard it approached that way. And it reminded me, okay,
Yeah.
just stay calm.
Yeah.
You know?
You know what he told me last week
What?
when I talked to him?
Yeah.
He said, be greedy when others are fearful,
Yes.
and fearful when others are
I
greedy.
like that.
Yeah.
So it's again, this is the best buying opportunity we've seen since 2020, right? This is emotional headline, knee-jerk reaction to
Yeah.
something that does have some potential economic impact. Don't get me wrong, and wherever you align politically, I'm not suggesting one way or the other. What I am suggesting is that, listen, when the markets correct down, and if this continues, it will have some contagion into the economic spaces, right? You think of credits, companies that offer credit, companies that offer loans.
Right.
That stuff can bleed into those types of markets. So we do want to be careful.
Okay.
That said, yeah, there's a lot of opportunity.
So
out
maybe
there.
don't day trade. Get with a
Yeah.
specialist that knows
Yeah.
what they're doing to
That's
help you
right.
get
It's
a
very
concise
difficult to
plan.
get it right
Yeah.
on both ends.
Dan and
Yeah,
his
consistently.
Dan and his team at Willis and Machnik Financial Services are available and ready for you and can answer all of your questions. Dan, thanks for stopping by.
It's good to see you guys.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
Thanks so much.
Dan Machnik here on the Morning Show. Stay with us.